Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a Week 2 TEG game, a Group C game between Vengaboiiz and Tio. So before we begin, and while we wait for players to join, I thought I would run you through the schedule for this week. We've got 3 games today. This one, of course, a Group C game, being hosted by myself, Dylan. There is a Group D game later between FMA and Dadlers, being casted by 2. That is at 6 PM, I believe. And then there is a Group B game. Actually, no, I'm reading tomorrow's schedule, excuse me. So later on today, there is a Group A game being casted by Red between Free Elo and Abrupt Gaming. That is at 6 PM. Then we have the other Group A game being UIU Synapse versus Apollo at 8 PM, casted by 2. Tomorrow we've got 3 games as well. There's the Group D game between FMA and Dadlers, casted by 2, and a Group B game being casted Group B game between Jester Gaming and Horizon Gaming. Both of these are at 7 PM. Then at 8 PM we have the Group C game between Burnt Edge and Infamy Esports. On the 10th we have a Group B game between Just Press C and Horizon Gaming at 7 PM, casted by 2. Then finally on the 11th we are just waiting on confirmation for the Group D game between Urban and Dadlers at 4 PM, and we'll see who casts that one. Just waiting on the last 2 players on the side of Vengaboiiz. They're going to be defending Clubhouse first, and Tio will be attacking. So I'll run you through the map bans. Of course, Coastline was auto banned because Venga had their 7-2, now 7-0 victory over Goodnight Esports on it last week. Tio didn't play last week, so Cafe was auto banned for them. After the 2 auto bans, Venga banned Consulate, Tio banned Oregon, then Theme Park, then Tio banned Villa, deciding we would go to Clubhouse, with of course Venga deciding to defend first. So currently the Group C standings, when you take into account the forfeit victories, Tio has 6 points with 2 forfeit wins, whereas Vengaboiiz have 3 points with a 7-2 win over Goodnight. But after the Goodnight disbanded, it is now a 7-0 win over Goodnight Esports. These 2 teams are, I believe, at the top of their group, so it should be a good one. We're just waiting on Sar Bomber and another player for Venga, and then we can get underway. All players have joined fairly quickly, so minutes to kill. Yeah, we've got about 5 minutes to wait. Anyway, if you are new, then feel free to follow the stream. The Twitches, both Twitches, so Third Eye Gaming EU, that is the A stream, and TEG_B for the B stream. Also at Third Eye Gaming EU is the YouTube channel where all these VODs get uploaded, so if you want to check them out, then feel free. Of course, if anyone looks suspicious to you, or you want to make a protest, head over onto the Discord and make a ticket. And of course one of our wonderful members of staff will help you as quickly as they can. Just waiting on Sar Bomber now to join. If Tio win, we get an interview with VFGXR, and if Vengaboiiz win, Sar Bomber will be our interviewee. Just waiting on them to ready up, and we should have an exciting game on our hands. If you want to leave any questions or anything in chat, I'll try and respond to them when I can. Just gotta wait for the side of Vengaboiiz to ready up, and then we can begin. In fact, I don't know if Davin knows, I'll just message him, and then we should be good. He started to ready up. Just wait on the rest of his team, and then we can begin. I mean, it would be really useful if they did ready up. I'll just message. And here we go. Just waiting on Sing Sing to ready up. Here's the last one. And he's still not readied up. Oh, this is great. Come on, Sing Sing. I'll message Davin then. And then we can hopefully begin. Watch as soon as I send the message that Sing Sing readies up. As he is the final player to ready up. I have Do Not Disturb on, so I've got to hover and wait for a message back from Davin. As still waiting on Sing Song. So the best part of Siege games is always waiting for that one player who never readies up. I'd appreciate a message back whenever Davin notices it. I don't know if he's on Do Not Disturb or not. So we will wait for him. I'll send him a Discord message. And then hopefully we can begin. Come on, Sing Sing. We're getting a response now, which is always very helpful. Okay, they are ready. Nice. Right, there we go. Now we can get our Group C game underway. This is whoever wins this, I believe, goes top of the Group C standings. Indeed they should, because both will have 2 wins, so Venga won't have lost and won, and they would have won the head-to-head. So bans coming out, expect a Thatcher Maverick at the start with a Kaid defending, because without Thatcher and Maverick, Kaid becomes super difficult to deal with. It's actually going to be a Thermite ban first. That's not something you see every day, however it is sometimes common. That does leave Thatcher up for the blue team, being Tio, if they decide to ban Thatcher or Maverick. And it's going to be Capital. Capital, of course, very strong with planting. Utility's got very good weapons, so unsurprisingly to see him banned. However, it does leave Thatcher Maverick up on the board, which means it's going to be more attacker favoured, especially now with the ban of Kaid. It's going to be quite difficult to be holding as like a bandit, because bandit and mute will have to be run, and it allows the attacker side, on whichever half it is, to have an easier time of breaching open those walls. And the final ban is going to be a Valkyrie. Of course, Valkyrie always very strong, unsurprisingly to see her banned. The only common ban for this map that we have seen is Kaid. Of course, the Thatcher Maverick being left up means everything should be slightly more attacker sided. We're going to be going for a basement hold first. and we are going to see standard lineup being brought. No hard breacher being brought. I expect that will be a sick pick. Possibly the Blackbeard to a Hibana, or are they going to run a Thatcher Maverick without a Hibana? Maverick's going to be sick pick to the Hibana as expected. They are going to be using Blackbeard, so obviously not expecting to be attacking basement. However, he could still be useful holding above hatches. Lots of impact grenades being brought. Well, I presume so. Can't tell yet as we wait for the last player to load in. And here we go, round one underway.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
And we'll see how they decide to set up basement. We're going to see SAR Bomber on the Maestro reinforce the construction walls as Sing Sing does 2 of the hatches, most likely kitchen bar. Be interested to see, Davin is going to do this middle wall, so they're going to send Doc to do bar hatch. Going to be make the rotate in blue. They are bringing 4 impacts, so definitely got a lot of chance to impact trick the hatches, which means they could waste all of Hibana's pellets. Be very good, and especially if they didn't bring the Maverick either, gives them a good chance to deny any breach. It's going to be a blue hold here. Badass Chief on the dock. Going to be using the defaults. Notice they spawn construction. We're going to see Nerd Sync also watching cams as Cries is just going to start shooting, hoping for any wall bangs who are on roamers in CCTV. However, I don't believe there are any roamers. There might be one if I can find them. Well, Davin is the closest thing to a roamer. He's going to be so close to seeing that nomad. He's going to hear it, the window being broken, and have to run. However, he chooses not to. Cry is going to be upside down rappelling, looking for the Wamai. However, he has been spotted, and we see the flank behind by the Diffuser Caribbean FGXR. Devon is waiting for them. He's going to run out, not see the Hibana or attempt to shoot any shots, and he's just going to run around. He's been droned out, and is he being trapped in? He is not. So he is going to be left alone. FGXR now looking behind the shield. He's got a nice angle, and it means that shield is indefendable right now. Badass Chief is going to be moving along. The P90 with the holographic, not something you see every day. He's going to be droned out, however, and FGXR is going to look for him. Lively, first one, Life gets the first one. Actually, is it just pronounced Lively? It might be. Never mind. He does find Davin, so him trying to get back to site does not work, as the top 2 floors are completely in the hands of the attackers. Impact trick is not successful at all, and SAR Bomber is going to have to fall back. Going to hold a nice angle. You're going to use the older to his advantage. Anybody looking at it? Thatcher is, that is Elivs. However, the Blackbeard now making his way down main stairs. He's going to hold a nice long angle, use the shield to his advantage, as he's also near the Jackal of Staxo.
Attackers have located a bomb.
I'm going to be watching the cross angle, and they're sort of pinched here, so if the defenders brought C4, they would be able to challenge. However, the hatch is going to be contested by Sing Sing. A very nice angle. The goose are going to go off.
15 seconds to go.
SAR Bomber is going to look for anyone. However, there is one in blue. Badass Chief going to find the kill onto Jackal after Blackbeard gets SAR Bomber. It's a 3v3, 2v2, 1v2 as Badass Chief is going to find 2 at the end and pick up the win on time. A very good blue hold to get the 3k at that first round, as the attackers were forced to just charge into sight. So the Doc holding on blue allows for his team to pick up the first round. We're going to be going to Akash CCTV hold next. and we'll see. They are going to bring the Bandit, and the Maverick Thatcher going to be brought again. Are they going to leave a Thatcher Maverick? They're going to switch off the Nomad to Zafir. So they are going to be relying on Maverick to breach into site. So we're going to look at possibly a construction or garage take, as main wall is going to be pretty hard to attack. So an interesting choice not to bring any sort of hard breacher whatsoever. Well, I say that any hard breacher typically used to breach walls. Maverick, however, is not going to fill that spot. He is going to be on the carrier, so most likely going to be a garage or construction take.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
We'll see how the defenders decide to set up now. Badass Chief once again on that P90. Him and Jaeger going to both do garage walls. I'll put the leaderboard up for you all. Badass Chiefs and Lively both on 3 kills. As both teams have got 4 kills. Cries and NerdSync getting the others for their teams respectively.
10 seconds left before
We're going to see typical hold here as SAR Bomber makes the rotate on top of red. We're going to see Devon barricade up the top of blue stairs, and he is going to hold behind the shield. Is he going to bandit trick? You must know they brought a Maverick. Actually, they didn't bring a Maverick last time, did they? He knows they must have a Maverick. We've got Badass Chief going to be using the P90 to his advantage. I like that skin. Anyway, they aren't going to be able to breach open to garage, so Badass Chief is in a very good position, as it does look like it's going to be a full west push as they slowly make their way there. EMP goes off and SAR Bomber finds the opening kill onto the Blackbeard. Blackbeard not looking at the window where he got killed from. They are going to try and Zafir the... They are going to try and breach Maverick trick it and then Zafir it. The C4 does come off, doesn't do any damage at all. Maverick will be glad to know, because if he had died, that very much would have been round over for the attackers, as the entire team is just waiting where he is, as Staxo has pushed into logistics, gets into a fight with SAR Bomber. But NerdSync is holding the angle, so Staxo can't move out. The kill hold there working well. Badass Chief does take some bullet, but NerdSync is going to look for this Jackal. Jackal going to slowly make his way there. Jackal footprints, however, do come off as Davin pushes up as well, and they're just going to hold this angle, and he does indeed find it. Zafir going to be watching the windows, look for the Jaeger, who is just going to peek him. Going to go for the quick peek, however, not going to work out for him. Meanwhile, Badass Chief does finally pick onto a Liz, and now it's all down to Cries and FGF. Cries on very low health. We'll see how they decide to push now. He's going to find the dot, as Davin gets a kill onto Cries, and it's a 1v4. Very difficult position, and he's going to get shot through the smoke. And Vengaboiiz pick up a second round in a row. This has been utter domination this round in particular, as they decided to try and Maverick trick. It would have been much better to bring the Hibana, as you would have had an easier time opening it. Of course, you could have been bandit tricked, however, you had a lives on the Thatcher. It's going to be Gym Bedroom next. We're going to see our first Ella and Castle, and Ash as well. We'll see if Tio can find their first round. No 6 picks at all for the first time this game. We'll see how where the castles will be placed. Will they do the standard setup of casting off Jim and making the rotate in, or will we see Davin do something completely different? As we finally load on in, here's the leaderboard after the first 2 rounds. Badass Chiefs and Lively picking up the kills for their team. However, Cries and NerdSync not too far behind. See where Davin decides to put his castle. They're going to make the rotate in the southern wall. You typically see it in the northern wall there. So an interesting ploy. The hatch is going to be popped, and it is in fact going to be castled off. As we're going to see Badass Chief roam. So I'm assuming it's so Badass Chief can roam once he kills Tio's push from Cash. He can stand in this corner here and get a really nice line of sight into the window. The window's being left soft. So we do see the typical ADS castle barricade being set up there. Of course, these 2 walls are once again being reinforced. Well, this time we're actually going to get some defender presence there, as Sing Sing and Badass Chief are going to be roaming, and as soon as I say that, Badass Chief makes his way back to site. Sing Sing almost going to be shot from the windows by vents, as that is Staxo on the Jackal once more. He's going to be looking for the feet of nobody went too close to the window. Badass Chief is going to be droned out, but he is going to get the drone. He is going to look towards the doorway. He's not going to find that drone. No, he's not. That is Lively out there on the Ash. Ash decides and thinks better and walks away. Jackal going to actually find the footprints of Ella, and now Badass Chief is in a bad position. Is going to be hunted by Staxo. He's going to see him but not land all the bullets needed. Meanwhile, Cries falls down as NerdSync and Davin get 1, and Sing Sing comes back with the flank and finds the Jackal, and it's all falling apart for the attackers. It's Lively now, so it would be great if I could actually zoom in on him. Lively going to look for the Ash, look for the Ella, sorry, and not find the shots. That's Badass Chief with another one on a sliver of HP. Jackal really should have been able to kill her, however he couldn't, and it's all in the hands of Thatcher. As we see, he's going to be holding an angle for any potential run out. So I believe that is NerdSync by that window. Indeed it is. And Vengaboiiz are going to play this correctly and very passively, as Sing Song are going to look if he tries to drop down from the roof. The drone is going to come out. He's got a minute, plenty of time. But he's also got to get the plant down. Does see Ella is not going to spot the Legion, who does in fact finish him off in a flawless round for Vengaboiiz. Take them 3-0 up, completing a full rotation. So they are going to be able to go back to basement. And indeed it will be back to basement as they had. Notice the basement was the closest here have been to pick up a round. The last round and round 2 have both been utter dominance, being 1v4 and a 1v5 respectively. Then we're going to pick off the Goyo, so we aren't going to see him at all. This time no Jackal being brought, and Staxo is going to be on the Hibana, as this time they will hope to be able to open some hatches between Hibana and Maverick. We'll see if it'll be an identical setup, potentially a few changes, and we'll see if Badass Chief once again goes on the P90 Holo. Interesting choices. We just wait for NerdSync to load into the game or into the round. This is the leaderboard at the moment. Lively and Cryson, he wants to pick up kills so far. Meanwhile, the entire team of Vengaboiiz have been able to find at least someone. The entire team of Vengaboiiz have positive KDs. Only Cries and Lively have positive KDs for Tio at the moment. However, it's only been 3 rounds, plenty of time. Badass Chief is once again going to be using the P90 Holo. interesting choice. However, he's been finding good value with it, getting a 3k in the first round. As Sing Sing uses both his impacts for the rotation. That's going to mean that SAR Bomber is the only one going to be able to impact Trick. However, it might have been more wise to use one grenade on one rotation and make SAR Bomber make the other with the Bailiff.
5 seconds to go.
However, Vengaboiiz decided it'd be much better to use two impacts on it. We're going to see a double ADS stack here. So once again, someone will hold here. I expect it to be Badass Chief once again. And it's going to be a Garage Blue Stairs push at start once again. Davin going to potentially go for a run out. We haven't seen any super aggressive plays so far. He does hear the air jab, however, and thinks better. He's going to look at the window. Is going to be spotted by the drone and going to have to make his way back through bar. Luckily for him, he should be safe. However, he is actually going to run back round as we see Eliv's going to look for him now. And Davin is really trapped here. He is going to actually be able to run away. Is he going to drop down blue? Yes, he is. Nobody's going to hold the angles on it. And the hatches haven't been breached. So this allows Davin to get back safely. We're going to see the kitchen push now. As we just wait and the hatch will be popped. We'll see if this gets impact Trick. However, SAR Bomber is not there to do it. And so the hatch will be opened up first try. Now we've got the destruction coming out from above. That is Eliv's with the breaching charges. No sledge being brought to maximize top vertical, which I think is quite surprising because you know they're going to be basement. Sing Sing just pre-firing in, looking for any drop down. Maverick is getting the kitchen hatch as NerdSync is watching it. And Elvis is going to be the first one down to SAR Bomber, mowing him down from above. However, not a lot of health as NerdSync picks up another. That is from the drop down. Sing Sing slowly making his way up. He's going to see Hibana, finds the head. That is Staxo down, and it's a 2v5, both on the hatches. Lively going to make his way down the stairs. So the last one gets killed by Sing Sing. And it's now all down to Blackbeard. Not going to find the shots. Not going to find enough shots, I should say, onto NerdSync. But Davin comes up with the roam for another flawless round. And it will most likely be a cash CCTV hold next. And apart from that first round, it just seems like the first round was used by Venga to warm up. Tier haven't been able to find their ground at all, and have just fallen apart every time they try. Is going to be a CCTV cash hold as expected. We're going to see a completely different setup from when they last attacked here. This time bringing the Ash, and it's going to be Thatcher 6th picked. To who? They aren't going to bring a Hard Breacher. It's going to be an Amaru. It looks like they're going to try and rush it. They're going to try an Amaru rush in. Otherwise, I can't think of why you would get rid of your Thatcher for the Amaru. And we'll see where they try to charge on in. Most likely try and get construction and garage fairly quickly, or garage I should say. It's going to be one or the other, and that will determine the location of the execute. But last time they were here, Vengaboiiz did only lose one player. There is the kill feed for you. Badass Chief still not died. And the entire team of Tio going negative at the moment. Badass Chief going to once again be on the P90 Hollow. A really interesting choice. Kind of got a lack of recoil. Not saying that's why he's using it. This is a unique... This is an interesting placement of the shield. Not the placement itself, but the direction they're playing it. This suggests to me they aren't going to be holding on the top of these stairs. They're in fact going to be holding by the doorway on the drone hole. As Davin's going to be there to try and trick it. However, there is no hard breach.
Attackers must
and
locate
Badass
and
Chief
defuse
is
the
going to
bomb.
be looking
Attackers
for
drop the
these
diffuser.
attackers. It does look like it's going to be a garage
Attackers
take.
recovered the diffuser.
Either that or they're going to go up and around. However, you lose your element of surprise.
Attackers have dropped the bomb
As
diffuser.
Stax is the only one
Attackers
to
have
not
recovered their
spawn
diffuser.
there. Badass Chief is still on the cams as they finally get taken out. However, the ping notifies him that 4 of them are in fact outside of the garage. Bandit does go down and Badass Chief finds the headshot onto Lively. That is the diffuser down already. When you're the carrier, you really don't want to be peeking them if you suspect someone to be up there. He's not going to land the next couple shots onto the Zephyr of FGX. Meanwhile, Elivs is going to be looking from the window. Nerdsync does in fact go down from Staxo, as now the pressure can come in. However, as soon as I say that, Tsar Bomber peeks, finds one. Davin finds another as well. It's going to be Staxo and Cries who are the only ones left, as they do know where roughly Ash is. However, after she ran out, as she's going to peek back in, not land as Davin gets stimmed back up. But she's the only stim he's used. And he's going to slightly flash himself and just try and pre-fire. However, the diffuser's down and Davin knows exactly where the Ash is. IQ is going to chill in construction. And Cries does find Badass Chief. That's caused Tsar Bomber to turn around. Staxo is just holding an angle. If he switches, he may be able to find... Actually, Sing Sing is looking away. Sing Sing going to peek up, flash a few bullets, and Staxo is going to give away his position. Staxo decides the best thing to do is to reunite with his teammate. However, Staxo does walk into the round. Davin Atkins gonna find the last one, Cries, and it's another win for Vengaboiiz, as we'll see if they'll be able to complete the home run and do all 6 defences. As it's looking very good for Venga. We'll see if they decide to go gym bedroom. In fact, they do. Obviously not going to try and throw them off with a bar stock hold, it appears. Glad's going to be brought now. Going to sit him up. And a blitz rush potentially. Actually, it's not going to be a blitz rush because they brought Glaz, as I completely contradict myself. Once again, no hard breacher. And we'll see what they decide to do this time. Blitz going to be 6 pick to Jackal. Lively getting Jacqueline in the last possible second. Venga are going to be looking for the full sweep, completing 2 whole rotations. We're only looking dodgy, so to speak, on the first round, being the basement hard. They got it to a 1v1 and 1 on time. Apart from that, the next 4 rounds they've only lost 3 players, sorry. As it's been, they lost 1 in round 2, none in round 3, none in round 4, and 2 in round 5. Davin going to once again be on this castle, and it's going to be an identical setup now. Nerdsync going to be on that Ella. However, I believe it's Badass Chief on the Ella last time. Oh, that is an unfortunate timing to spectate Davin, as he misses quite a significant amount of shots there onto the drone. However, of course, because castle is being brought, actually, they aren't doing any of the windows. However, so Glaz is going to get free reign to sit out here or back here and just fire shots in. However, by leaving this open, you also allow for yourself to peek out and get any potential defenders. And Sing Sing going to wisely back away as all the attackers pile up towards him. It's going to be him and Nerdsync going to be holding this cache CCTV, this cache and stairs position. Apologies. Bit of a brain fart. FGXR was going to potentially make his way up to red. He's going to get hit by a bunch of goos. He's decided to think better of it as all the goos come out, and this is a very effective roam setup. You're able to refrag as Sing Sing's going to look down the stairs, get one, is currently flashed, and managed to make his way back into cash. This has forced the Ash to look elsewhere as Sing Sing, luckily while being flashed, gets away with his life. No bullets landing on him whatsoever. Didn't know there were two there as the drone in fact comes out from a garage. That is Lively on the Jackal. You're going to see the Legion. Meanwhile, Davin gets a lives. However, is refragged by Staxo. That is below as they dropped Hatch, and Staxo is going to be killed by Badass Chief. Davin dropped Hatch there, an interesting choice. But now the attackers are trapped. They're all on the south side of the map and have no way of getting forward. They do know there is a Glaz there, so possibly wise not to peek him. He is going to be looking at that window. However, nobody wants to peek him at the moment. He is going to drop. That is a risky rappel when you know that is opened up there. Lively going to then open up the barricade using the SMG from Legion. From Jackal, apologies. Don't know why I thought Legion. Sing Sing gonna look, and they've really got this on control. Him and NerdSync looking for any drop down. But I believe it's gonna be a logistics drop down now. So we just wait for the drop down, and in it comes. And Lively is trapped in. He's gonna have to melee the castle. Actually doesn't have anywhere else to go unless he shotguns it. He is going to be looked at by the Jaeger. Jaeger going to shoot for the feet, find Lively, and it looks like it's going to be a 6, and nothing is currently a 2v1 as Sing Sing's down and NerdSync got killed. Jaeger also dies, however, it's all in the hands of Vengaboiiz, and they go up 6-0 for the first half. Pure domination from Vengaboiiz. This certainly looks like Vengaboiiz are going to take this one. If you're still watching and when we do the interview want to ask any game related questions, then feel free to message them. Tachanka going to be picked, and we shall see if that is actually going to stay or if they do 6 pick. It is going to stay by the look of it, and as soon as I say that, it is being 6 picked. We'll see to what, however. And to Tachanka. Okay, we have a Tachanka. That's when you know. Desperate time call for desperate measures. As Tio are going to hope that the LMG god is able to use his skills and carry them in the round to a victory. Here is the leaderboard after 6 rounds. And Sing Sing got the best KD of 6 right now. The lowest KD on the side of Tio is 1. That is NerdSync going 4 and 4. Meanwhile, 2 players on Tio have a KD of 0. However, there is still time if they can pull back a few rounds. They're on the most defender-sided hold right now. The most defender-sided site, I mean to say. Are we going to see P90 or not? It's an MP5 Black Ice with ACOG.
5 seconds left before insertion.
And the garage rotor is going to be held. They are going to make this hole, so somebody playing up on the table. Elvis, I have no words. The Lord has graced us with his presence. Getting the LMG spawn peak. I should have spectated him at the start of the round. I apologise. Does he not hear the buck behind? He's just going to pre-fire and look. Jaeger with him as well. And Lively. It's just going to go for any wallbang. Nerdsinks has the pleasure of being LMG spawn peaked, which is not something I expect he'll be too happy about. Lively going to take a bunch of damage, as is Badass Chief, as Saab Bomber gets on to the Maverick Trickin. It's going to get a bit too close to the wall for comfort. Multiple times it seems, as the flashbangs come out. A waste of utility. 2 defenders are downstairs and 2 are upstairs. Lively's got a free rotate up if he pleases. He's going to look for one but not find it. Staxo gets the second kill of the round onto Davin. Where was Davin? Was he below? Apologies, I'm not so sure where he is. Subbomber still got the defuser and he's going to be looking for any frags. As the grenade comes out and he's actually going to make his way forward. Nice Fnatic skin there. Mr. Doc is nearby. Badass Chief is on such low health. But this is around really in favour of Tia. Flashbangs from the Hibana of Sing Sing come out. And he's going to be wall-banged through the wall. Was that a bullet hole? Or was it the punch hole? Staxo with his second of the round. Badass Chief goes down to Cries, and it's all in the hands of Saab Bomber. I'm not going to see the bandit. No, he is not. He's going to run back.
A bomb has been located.
And look for the Legion this time. Legion going to peek and the run out as well. However, the crossfires are set up, and Tio finally take their first round of the game. They've got to do this 5 more times in a row if they want to salvage anything. Because the winner of this does go to the top of... Actually no, if Venga win this, they go top of Group C. Meanwhile, if Tia win this, they remain at the top of Group C. We are going to go for a Church Arsenal hold next, as to be expected. You see our first Pulse and Vigil, as well as our first Iana and Sledge. No Hibana being brought, and of course as soon as I said that, Sledge is going to be sick pick to Hibana. Badass Chief going to be on that operator. Sledge is often brought here, however Venga have decided that they don't need the vertical he provides for this site, and instead are going to focus on getting hatches. 6 impacts potentially being brought on the side of Tio. They will definitely be able to impact trick, what they will hope.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
For those of you who have arrived late, the map bans were Thermite, Capital, Kaid and Valkyrie. So not having that availability to bring the Thermite really is hindering the attacker's progress. And it's a sacrifice that Venga have made, and they're going to hope that...
10 seconds to go.
They're obviously going to have hoped that they could win 6 rounds when they defended, and hope they can pick up 1 when they attack. The Kaid band does make it so it's harder for the defenders, so it sort of balanced itself out, as we see an attempt at spawn peek, but Lively ran out. There's not a wise decision, as Sing Sing gets a free kill on the Ayana. I thought he was spawn peeking, that is why I looked up here. However, he just decided that running out is better. He's going to... Nerdsin going to land 1 pistol shot onto Cries. Cries is going to injure himself in the Nitro Cell Blast. Now, the attacker's got the first pick, almost the first 2. Is Nerdsin going to charge on in, does get immediately killed by Legion. This is an attempt of a rush. However, Saab Bomber is not going to pay attention, and Legion is going to get another one. Saxo trying to single-handedly save his team. Going to find a triple kill there as Sing Sing finds FGXR. This Legion position is working out really well. Sing Sing's on really low health, and Davin has taken some damage. I thought it was all over with Lively going down and Cries taking a huge amount of damage. However, Staxo coming out clutch, gonna find two. He's actually gonna walk upstairs to look for a fourth. However, he's decided that this angle is better. Now Vengaboiiz need to try a different approach. As Sing gonna make his way through tunnel, as Davin gonna maybe make his way down the stairs. Does hit the goo pop and is gonna look for anyone in kitchen. Pulse still gonna be looking for anyone. No C4s left, but 2 impacts. Staxo is going to throw another Legion. Had a lot of value on this Legion, but really brought it back for his team. Health and player advantage is on the side of Tio. The attackers have a minute left. We've got plenty of time to try and execute a push. I'm going to look above. However, nobody is holding under that impact hole. The Ayana is making her way in. That is exactly where the player is. This is so tense. See where the outline is. The perfect timing. Gonna not find any bullets. However, had the potential to find a headshot. Staxo's reign of terror has been ended by Davin, but Davin's taken a huge amount of damage. It's now a 2v2. However, the defenders have all the advantages they possibly could have. He's gonna. I don't think he did find the next player. That was Davin. All of the goos do in fact go off, and it looks like it's going to be on time. Davin's going to have to try and plant, but he's not going to find it. Down he goes. Tio win a second in a row. The rush there. Staxo definitely the MVP of that round. Basically saving his team as after Lively's botched attempt at a run out. Unless I don't know what he was trying to. He went for the element of surprise, however there were so many people spawning there, it just was never going to work. He didn't even get a bit of damage off, as he ended up dying for nothing. And then of course Cries took about 80% of his health off with his C4. However, Staxo sitting in bike, just able to find a bunch of kills. They're expecting a rush again. This time the Frost is being brought. Is that going to be changed? It's going to be a mirror, as we're going to see our first Monty and Sledge be played. Monty, of course, a very strong operator, the human drone. You've missed a Tachanka earlier in this game. In fact, round 7, Tachanka spawn peak with the turret, and it allowed Tio to get their first win. They're going to be hoping to get a full rotation. They've gone to the hardest site to defend, that isn't Bar, and this is their ternary site. Castle calls being brought. We'll see if Elvis changes his mind about the reinforcements. That is an animation cancel, I believe so. Our first mirror is going to be brought here. We are going to see the impact hole by Staxo onto that wall there, onto the southern wall separating sites, as I mean to say. We are going to see another rotating for logistics. Half of it going to, not half of it, a bit of it going to be reinforced up. And here comes the placement. This is an interesting setup. They've opened the wall out completely. They've opened about chest to head height completely. And it's going to allow for Mirror to find anybody trying to repel up. I really like the idea of this, as it's going to force the attackers to not be able to push Jacuzzi at all, as most likely have to go for a logistics balcony or cache CCTV push, as we see Ballast Chief actually making his way to garage now. This is a really nice setup from Mirror, as it's going to be fully opened up. The attackers are going to have to root her out. The Hibana is being brought, but no Thatcher, and if you brought a Thatcher, you'd be able to displace her fairly easily. As Lively gets the first kill into Badass Chief, not droning out the Vigil, I believe, as that is your only other map present if your attacker gone. Actually, I say that 3 of them are going to separate out, and it is going to look like Maverick going to go for the logistics hold, as we see top of cache, that is Davin on the Monty. Did he accidentally fall off? He might have done. That just been opened up. Mira once again going to be hunting for those picks. And the flashbang is botched completely. Are going to be looking for any sort of push. This entire mirror wall might just end it completely, as the frag grenade goes off. Doesn't work. However, Hibana does rush on through. Hibana is in and is going to be able to go down the main stairs. Monty is able to get there. However, they're actually pressured here. They can't do anything. Monty is going to be looking for any picks. They're also on main stairs, and Monty's doing an excellent position. However, Mira are going to look to find him. They're delaying so much time as NerdSync gets a kill onto Staxo. Now it's going in. It's now English. Now the attackers are trying to bring this back. The Mira C4 does in fact get shot. Monty is going to be looking. However, the bottom of the castle, and FGXR gets a double kill this round. And it's now a 4v2. Any attempt the attackers try to bring it back, and it's a 4v1 as NerdSync does in fact go down. Now left to Sing Sing, as he is going to look for the bandit. Does find the bandit, however, Vigil walks up behind. The attackers try to bring it back there, however, Tio complete a full rotation. Even with the Kaid ban, the attackers off the losing Thermite, they're really struggling to make any sort of push, and I have to put that down to that mirror setup. A very good idea, and it worked so well for them. We'll see. It is going to be a cash CCTV hold once again. It's a really interesting. It's not something you see every day, and the fact that it was used so effectively, the attackers couldn't deal with it, even though they had Monty. They lost Badass Chief too early on, in my opinion. He tried to solo push Garage, however it didn't work as Vigil was up there. Maestro are going to be 6-picked to smoke in the meantime, and it's going to be back to a cash CCTV hold. Badass Chief going to be on the Zofia this time. It's no more Sledge, it's going to be a Buck instead. No more Monty apparently, so no Monty charging up Garage Rafters.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
Instead,
bombs.
we've got Davin on the Maverick. The Kaid ban should have made it slightly easier after losing Thermite. However, that Thermite ban from Vengaboiiz worked in their favour to win 6 rounds into defence. However, it's sort of biting them in the back now. Biting them in the foot, I mean. As they aren't able to breach. This is the same problem Tio was finding. You just can't breach any main walls. And even though you bring the Hibana for the hatches, it means base chance to attack. Unless you go for a construction push here with the mirror, with the Hibana, sorry. However, this wall's much more favourable. We are going to see FGX are going to be on the east stairs, so not as much of a heavy roam. And as soon as I say that, he goes down to blue stairs. Literally going to be droned out as NerdSync making his way around towards Strip. In fact, going to rappel up as we see the Maverick trick being attempted. Lively is going to have heard the punch hole, and the Ash of NerdSync just going to make his way above. No bullets found their marks at all yet. However, the Maverick trick successful. Sing Sing finds the wall. Is able to open the wall, and meanwhile NerdSync on the Ash is able to catch Lively. That's the Ash onto the Jaeger, and you've lost a very good roamer and almost your entire other map presence, as I believe Vigil was just being chased around by Davin's drone. Indeed it is. It's going to be killed here. Has Davin not droned him out? Has FGX got away with murder here? And as soon as I say that, Davin's drone does find him back again. Another window being punched open, however Cries decides to say no. That is the Hibana going down. Sing Sing does get FGX out, and that is the defender's map present annihilated. We've got left is Elivs in construction, however Elivs is going to be stalked. by Zafir. Meanwhile, Davin going to take a huge amount of damage. The shotgun is out. The drone gets thrown in. However, it is a fake. It doesn't work. Balashik gets downed by the shotgun. Very nice play from Elvis. Managed to get away with murder when he really shouldn't have. Ooh, Cries with their very nice pick onto Davin. Now Sing Sing and Nerd Sing, the last two attackers left. They've got, I mean, they don't have the health advantage. However, with Elvis going down, it's now put it wide open as they've got no more plant denial. I say that. Cries was the only plant denial left, and as soon as I talk about it, he goes down to Sing Sing, and all that's left is Staxo. He's done it before on the Legion. Can he do it again? He's got to work miracles now, as in fact, Sing Sing is going to be droning. Staxo is going to take a little bit of damage. Going to make his position known, as we'll see. Sing Sing undoubtedly knows where he is, sees him push up. 15 seconds remaining. Is he able to do anything? He's going to hide here. Going to find the Ash, but not find the Buck. And GG as Vengaboiiz pick up the win on the 4th time of asking to defend. A dominant defense performance, and got lucky on the attack that Tio just couldn't hold out there. We are going to have an interview with Sar Bomber. Here is the leaderboard for you all. Very good performance from Cries and Sing Sing, both on 11 kills. And indeed, GG, a very good game there. As we will have an interview by Sar Bomber. We'll see if he joins or not. Hello.
Hello, mate.
Hello.
How's it going?
Congratulations on the win. A very
Cheers,
dominant
mate.
performance there on your defense. So I've got a few questions to ask, of course. What were you thinking coming in? We haven't seen a lot of Tio, of course, having 2 forfeit wins. So how did you prepare for them?
We just wanted to go to like a default map, like not really sure about them. So took Clubhouse. It doesn't show too much of our strats, like everyone knows. So just take Clubhouse, go for aim for that, go for a default map.
We saw you ban Thermite. It of course worked in your favour in the defence. However, you did struggle at the start of the attack. Was that potentially not planning for the not planning your attacks without a Thermite, or was it just you weren't expecting where Tio were playing and how they were playing?
I just had a boo-boo with a Maverick trick. Like we planned to play like that, but yeah, we just messed some stuff up on it. A few attack rounds were a bit iffy.
Yeah. I believe with that win, it takes you to the top of Group C. So congratulations there, as you after beating Tio. Yeah, that does put your head on head-to-head. Of course, you've got a few more games this season. Who do you think is going to make it out of groups with you? I'm assuming you're going to think that you're going to make it out of groups.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, to be honest. Either Tio or the team we played last week. Good night, was it? Good night or good morning.
Okay. Well, congratulations on the win. Once again, a very dominant performance, and I wish you the best of luck with your future games.
Cheers, mate. You have a good one.
You too. Okay, thank you all for watching. That's going to be the stream over. We have 2 more games this evening for you all before you sign off. We have one at 6 PM being a Group A game between Free Elo and Abrupt Gaming that is being casted by Red. That should be on this as I try to find the words, this Twitch channel. And then 8 p.m. 2 is casting the other Group A game, being UIU Synapse versus Apollo. Definitely games to watch as Abrupt and Apollo come out with dominant wins, and Freelo and Synapse are trying to claw it back. Once again, thank you all for watching. I hope you all have